Good morning. Happy Thursday. Dr. Melynda Conner here. Going to give you a quick review over what's due this weekend and where we're going next week. So this weekend we have due on Sunday at 11:59 our data slide that goes into our team presentation data set. So for that, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough in a minute, but that's due Sunday. And then our midterm grades will be submitted tomorrow. They are due tomorrow before our midterm exam. I didn't really time that, but your midterm exam grade is not going to be a part of your midterm grade. So maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. But just letting you know that I submit those tomorrow. If you have any outstanding or missing assignments that you have not already discussed with me, please contact me. This is a communication course and you do not get to make those up. And I won't look at them unless you talk to me about them. And we'll work out a plan, okay? As long as you come to me, we'll be fine. Our midterm exam is this weekend as well. That's due Sunday. It opens tomorrow morning, Friday, excuse me, at 12:01 a.m. And you will have a full 72 hours in which to decide to take the time to take that. So I have a 2-hour time limit on it. I do not anticipate it taking you more than about 30 or 40 minutes. There are 45 questions, so depending on how well you know the things, it might take you a little longer, but there are 45 questions worth 60 points. I include 5 bonus questions worth 1 point apiece, and you have 2 attempts to take that. You can, 2 chances, and the highest attempt is what will be recorded. The computer will record your grades, but they aren't going to be quite accurate. I'm going to have to go through and correct some of the things that the AI within the system just doesn't pick up on as being correct. Okay, so you will have the opportunity after every attempt to see what you got incorrect according to the computer. And when you look at it, if you think it's correct, then just know that I'm going to go in there and see that it's correct and I'll take care of those points. Okay. And then next week, we're going to start our teamwork. So Lucky Kitty right here is going to help me choose teams for our online classes and for our in-class classes. Lucky Kitty houses all of the numbers, and I will associate the name, pull out the number. That's your number. And I associate, first I choose teams. We pick the numbers that'll be in each team. And then I go through names and pick out a number. And then that's what team you're on. Okay. If you're in class, we're going to do this in class and you'll be picking your own number. And we will also have our team meetings in class. If you're online, you can have your team meetings virtually in the discussion board. You can use a text thread. You can use WhatsApp. You can use Google Meet, Zoom, however you want to do your meetings. But just realize as an online student that many people are taking classes online because their schedules are tricky. So we work virtually in the real world now, and a lot of people are across the country or on different time schedules. So if you need to use something called Doodle Poll to figure out when you can all meet together for your final meeting, your presentation online, you can, and I'll post a link to Doodle Poll that might help. But do realize that next week, you're going to need to communicate with your team and create your team charter. As I said, in class, we're doing it in class. But online, you're going to have to communicate virtually. You don't have to meet all together synchronously at the same time, except for the final presentation. Okay? Contact me with questions about that. Now, as far as going to, see, I'm going to show you my screen. And we are, where'd you go? Okay, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you how to do this. Use the data slide template to do your data. Let's see, screen on, share. All right, we're sharing the screen. And then all these little commands. are in the way. Okay, there we go. So we are in module 4, in case you're lost and don't know, the dates are there. We're in module 4. You're gonna need these survey results here. And you're gonna need your example data slide, which is in the data slide submission assignment instructions. Notice it's right here as an attachment. So when you open it, it's gonna download to your computer automatically. So when you open that file, you're gonna be able to use this template straight from there as long as you click enable editing. Okay, and notice that this is the data slide. If you want to create your own slide, there's a blank one right there, but here's your data slide example or template that you can use. Notice it has the question number, the number of respondents, the legend for the pie chart, and a little information and what the questions are, or I mean what the responses are. So, as I said, over here in the instructions, it tells you that the question number that you're going to be using for this data slide is in your grading feedback. So, and that's of the survey question assignment where you said, I'd like to do these 3 questions or one of these 3 questions. That in your grading feedback for that assignment is where I put your assigned question number. Many of you did get one of the questions you requested, but some of you did not. And I'm sorry about that, but people requested a lot of the same questions. It's kind of odd. So I had to, Lucky Kitty helped me out and we assigned questions. So you'll need that. Find your question number first, and then you go to the survey results. So let's say that my question number was number 13. Survey results. And I showed you where those are. They're in the content part too. And this is how it's going to look. You've got the number of attempts here. So you need that for your slide. And let's just go ahead and put that on there. You can just click it like that, and 30 is that one. And you can increase the box to where it works better for you as well. I think you can. It won't matter, it's fine. I can't do it right now. I'm okay with it. Oh, come on, let me get back to where I was going. Well, we'll do it this way. So, what did I say? Question 13. So we're going to come down here to question 13, and we need the question text. So learn more about grammar rules is the last part. And up here, how important do you believe it is for business communications to students too? Okay, so I'm gonna come in here, number 13. How important do you believe it is for business communication students to learn? What were we learning? Grammar? Let's go back and find out. Learn more about grammar rules. So we want to make sure that we get that question correct in the text box. Grammar rule. That's a long one, so I'm going to actually reduce the font a little bit. So it's a little bit better. So 38 maybe, and 36. All right. So then we have data over here. We have very unimportant, neutral, important, and very important. So we're going to have to put these here. Very important. Important. Was it neutral? I think it was neutral. And then unimportant. And then very unimportant. When you speak that word, it's one of my little pet peeves. I mean, not many people really care, but important has 2 T's And it's important. And I believe that it's best to pronounce both T's. I've noticed that some people are kind of trailing that first T off, or even the second T, but it means having import. So important, both T's are necessary for proper pronunciation of the word. Anyway, it's my 2 cents on that. Totally an aside. Okay, so we took care of putting those in, but these are not our data, right? This is from the old data, from the template. So we need our new data. And to do that, we're going to go here. Very important was 3, 10%. Unimportant was 1, 3.33%. So 3, 10, 1, 3.33. Go back over here. 6, people said it was neutral, that was 20%, and then the final ones are, oh, I did that backwards, didn't I? Notice that. Very unimportant is top, and very important is bottom over here, and I mixed it up. So always proofread and double check. So actually we have 3 down here. And that's 10%. And we have 1 right there. And that's 3.33%. And then I think this was 6. And this was 10. And this was 10. And I'll go back and get my percentages. Yep, 33.33 and 20. That's the one I was needing. Okay, so 20, 6, and then 33. 33. And so there you go. Now you've got your data over here from our data set. Now we can go into our pie chart. I'm going to move me for a second into here so that we can get this done more easily. So you double click on the pie chart. I think if you click on it, let's see, I'm gonna check something out. Okay, so it went back to the home tab. Notice I'm at the home tab. When I click on this, I'm still on the home tab, right? We need to double click on the pie chart to get to the design area, the chart design area. And yeah, you can design it however you want to, but what I'm showing you is this edit data part, okay? So we need to edit the data for this pie chart because it's from those rarely, occasionally, regularly, and always. It's from the template, it's not our data. So let's go ahead and edit the data. And it brings up a little Excel chart right here in PowerPoint. Let's see, we corrected this to 30, but it didn't on the chart. So double click in your cell, put in 30. Okay, and then we're going backwards. So it's very unimportant here. Make sure I spelled that correctly. And then double click in here, and we've got unimportant. And then neutral. And double click. And important. And double click. And very important. Okay. And we're going to have data for all of these. We've got very unimportant was 3. And you can just put in the number of attempts. Here, the last time I put in the percentages, it works out the same. So it doesn't really matter. 1. And then 6. And then 10 and 10. And you can watch the chart change as you enter those. So make sure you get it out of that box to a different box to make sure everything loads. And then just click out of it and you see your new chart. Okay. Put myself back up here. So contact me with any questions you have, but your template is here. And then to submit, you would just delete this title slide. You would delete this bottom slide and just, in fact, I'll just do it right now. Delete, and then just hit delete. And this is the slide you'll do. You'll save your file and submit it to me. Okay, because that's all I need. This is all I need for the data slide. So I'm going to stop sharing. And let me know if there's anything that I can help you with or any questions you have. Be sure to get in any work that's missing or talk to me about it if you haven't already. And I hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day, a fun weekend. Be safe, and I look forward to talking to you when I can. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.